Yeah, it's going great. It's going really good. How's Gabby this morning? Is he good?
Are you all right, Gabs?
Leicester beat Aston Villa, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah. We just wanted you to get out of the relegation battle, so we give you three
No,
points.
thank you for that. Do you know what? We were a bit lucky. I think we rose our luck, but I had to, Gab. Sorry, mate.
Yeah. We move on swiftly.
Yeah, Serge, you're
Let's
allowed to
move
do
on.
it because you haven't had much to shout about so far this season, have you?
No, no, it's not. It's not been great. I think the new signings look pretty tidy though. And hopefully we can just secure the Premiership, have a nice little FA Cup run, and
Yeah.
that'll be good for us.
Sal James Madison in the summer, definitely.
Oh, I wasn't going to mention it. We're trying to
Yeah,
make him
let's
feel
not talk
welcome.
about that. Yeah, let's talk about this amazing gig at the
Yeah.
Royal
Yeah,
Albert Hall.
let's. Tell us more about it. Go on.
Well, this is the fifth time playing it. And yeah, it's just an unbelievable charity to be a part of. The work they do for young people and the families. Such an horrendous time, and the amount of money they made. It's just an incredible thing. And playing that venue, and if you've ever been, like it's
Yes.
such a it's just like it's an easy gig because everyone's just so buzzing to be in this place. Just
Mm.
like like the history and seeing sort of rock and roll or electronic music. It's just like just to get to see it in that arena it just makes for an unbelievable evening.
I actually went to see the Christmas carols there. This was like before lockdown. And I know exactly what you're talking about because you go in there and you're like, wow, just the ceiling and the walls and everything that's inside it is incredible. And that's before you even hear any kind of music. What is it like, the kind of acoustics and your front man? And I've been watching and you're so brilliant at it, Serge. I just wondered how you're enjoying it.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm loving it. Yeah, it's a real shift.
Yeah.
Never it's sort of, but it's sort of learning each gig and yeah, just I mean for me, just being a part, like I just like imagine I'm in the middle in the mix with everyone else, and I want to know. I feel that's the sort of delivery. It's just like I am in the mosh pit with everyone else. You know what I mean? But I think that yeah, that place is just yeah, it's
Special.
wicked. You know what I mean?
Serge, you must be very proud to be part of, I think since 2000, £32 million has been raised in concerts in the Royal Albert Hall, which is an amazing amount of money to help people. So to be part of it, you must be very proud.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously Roger Daltrey, sort of started this thing, and just to sort of combine, sort of the music and just it was just such an amazing idea, and yeah, like yeah, just buzzing, man.
And talk me through that goal against David Seaman, because it was a soccer aid, wasn't it? And we just heard the
Yeah,
and he's put it past David Seaman, who obviously my teammate for many years, and I stuck a few past him in training. But to do it in a big game like the soccer aid, you must be it must be an unbelievable moment as a football fan.
yeah, it was that few days. Like I've so many sort of like memories that will stay with me forever. It's just sort of being in the dressing room with Seedorf and Roy Keane and them talking about, maybe Roy could have gone Juventus, and I'm sitting there going, I'm actually sitting there with all these talking about this mad stuff, and then the game came, and I sort of I saw him like off his line. I thought, well, I got no legs, so I may as well just have a little dink, and it went in, and then to be sort of congratulated by Freddie Lundberg
Oh,
and
wow.
Austin Powers, you know what I mean, and Will Ferrell. And then the best thing though is so when I went in at half time, Roy Keane's on the because he did his hamstring and he's on the the bench, whatever, getting physio. And I've walked in like strutting, like I'm basically the king of the world at this point. Open the door and Roy Keane goes, "That was a cross, wasn't it?"
Oh no.
Just took it away
He's
from you
done me hard.
completely.
And then see him popped his head in and he just I won't say what kind of sign he gave me, but it wasn't very nice. I'm really great at that.
Well, I'll get a better memory from you then, because this definitely wasn't a cross. I remember when you were on Soccer AM and you were playing the Wembley game, and the shoes that you were wearing for the one that I saw, because I think you might have done it a couple of times. I can't describe them as like winkle pickers or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like the pointy boots, and you still managed to score an absolute screamer.
Yes. You know what? We had a gig in Paris the night before, and we decided, well, it's an early start, so we may as well just see it through. So we carried on the bus, straight off the
Oh.
bus, asked the runner, he went, "Do you want a bacon sandwich or a tea?" And went, "No, could you do us like a Jack Daniels and Coke, please, mate?" He said, "Yeah, no problem." So he did.
No.
So when it came to the bit at the end, which all my mates were going, "You've got to do something, got to do something." So obviously I had a bit more courage, and I was like, "Okay, then now it's time. Now it's time."
Amazing. I remember it so well because you did like a lap of the car park as well, didn't you?
I should have gone home. Like now looking back, I shouldn't have gone. I went back on the show and I was like, what else can I say? I should have just walked home from that, just down the M1.
You should have. Listen, we're gonna take you back to football for just a minute because we've been looking at the league table and we've been looking at the teams that are in trouble, and obviously Leicester not the Leicester that we've seen previous seasons, of course, as under Brendan Rodgers. But you're sitting at the moment 14th, 21 points. Everton are in the relegation zone. They're on 18. So there's not masses between you. But is the fan base generally, how is it feeling at the moment? I'm imagining you've got enough to stay up. Is there concern? What do you feel like?
I'd say, yeah, it's a little, I think, the signings have helped, but I think there's definitely murmurs of feels like there's not a lot of direction, or there's definitely like some there's talk for sure, but it just feels to me like it's been a strange season anyway with the World Cup and what have you, and I just think we sort of get to the end of this, get secure the Prem, and I think then in the summer it's a real opportunity to build and make sure the squad is strong enough, because the fact that Tielemans and Maddison are near the end of contracts, that confuses me, because, especially a club like us, like, at the end of the day, these great players, they're not going to want to stay if big teams come in. That's just the way it is. It's just reality. So we need to put them on contract so we at least get paid, and then we can then reinvest. But, that's the thing that worries me. But hopefully, that's been thought of. But I don't know. It seems a bit odd. It seems a bit odd at the moment.
Serge, was that your highlight, playing at the King Power?
Yeah, definitely. It was up there because it was, a couple of months after we won the league. So we were kind of riding off the back of that hysteria. And it just felt like, the party had carried on from that last game of the season, I mean, it was kind of those last few months to live in Leicester and to be a part of it. And to be a small part of it, obviously playing the trophy, the open top bus, and then playing our own shows. Like, God, I've got goosebumps thinking about it. You know what I mean? It's just, it was just, like nothing else,
Serge, thank you so much for coming on, and good luck as well. Teenage Cancer Trust Show.
Top man.
Thanks so much. I love the show, man. Honestly, it's so good, man. Thanks so much.
Thank
for providing.
Mind the gap from Aston Villa, 7 points, yeah.
Oh, Gabby! Gabby, you're supposed to look after our guests.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.